Hey, welcome back to Real Fishing and Shooting with Gunner, and I'm going to do a short video here on how to do the proper cleaning method with a great product, FrogLube. Some of you may have heard of this. Some people still, for some reason, want to get a kick out of the name. It was basically developed by Navy SEALs for Navy SEALs initially, which is where you get the name FrogLube. It is a CLP, but it's, I'm going to say, the best one there is. You no longer have to use oil. You don't have to use ballistol. You don't have to use hops. None of that stuff. FrogLube does it all. So I have an XD here that really not that dirty, but that's irrelevant. I'm going to show you the cleaning procedure here, how to work it. An old 1976 hair dryer, and that is the key to FrogLube. You want to heat the parts up. They tell you warm, and you set them out in the sun for a little while, whatever. I like to heat them up to the point where you almost can't hold them. To me, that is what opens the metal up the most. That's what lets the FrogLube absorb. So I'm going to show you a little bit here as we go. So please forgive the noise. Not so much on the inside of the frame. And like I said, this really isn't that dirty, but you do want to go over it, warm it up. The barrel and slide is what you really want to take care of. And you want to get it. And really the best way is to hold it right up against it. I'll show you why here in a minute. I'll just let that heat up right there like that. While I'm doing that, you'll read the label. Now there are barrels there. Slide's almost there. Recoil spring. Alright, we'll see how that goes for right now. So, you want to take this, wow, and shake the liquid up. And you can basically just clean like you normally would, using all your other stuff. Ballistol, hops, you name it. Just clean during the normal way. Wow, that is hot. See right there. What's amazing with this is that. You can take, I'll give you a challenge here. Take a gun out of your cabinet or your safe or whatever, one that you already have clean. Okay? Pick up either a bottle of liquid or the paste. It really doesn't matter which one you use. The only difference is one's liquid form, one's paste form. As far as cleaning properties, they do the same thing. Now I'll show you when you use the paste, what happens is it ends up melting with the heat. You put it on and it's melted. There are some people that just want to use the paste, and there are some people who just use the liquid. To me, that's about 50-50. Just scrub everything like you normally would. Now, believe it or not, I'm not even going to have to run that one through there. I will put this on it. And see how we look coming out the other end. And it's basically all the FrogLube that was in there. This might be a little bit too small. But you can see it's clean. This stuff, I can't describe how well this works. I don't know how well you can see. And just basically work it in everywhere and let it sit. And you take your scrub brush, however you're doing it, you can use anything. Anything you want, get down in there. Just remember, the main thing that makes this work the best is the heat. That's the magic behind it. So then you do that, get it all clean. Wipe it down. Now, the best part about this also is if you are a guy and you're married and your wife or girlfriend, live-in girlfriend, or even your kids throw a fit about the smell from Ballistol and hops number 9, this is really going to surprise you. This is almost has a winter green spearmint type smell to it. Alright, so now we got everything clean and wiped down, and what happens is after you do this a few times, it's really soaked into the metal, and that's what happens. It impregnates in the metal, and then the next time, and every time you clean after that, you don't have to use as much, as it just comes right out. If you've ever cleaned an AR-15 firing pin, the mushroom part of the firing pin, you'll see a lot of times people have to use a knife or something to scrape the carbon off that. Well, I guarantee you this. You take that firing pin, you heat it up, just like I did right here with the hair dryer. Or actually, it's probably better if you go to Lowe's or someplace and buy a $30 heat gun. It works faster, and you're not going to mess up your wife or your family's hair dryer. But you heat it up, get it all done, and this actually soaks into the metal. The heat opens the metal up into the pores. This soaks into it, and the more you use it, basically the less you got to use. So when you get to that firing pin on an AR, you heat it up like I did this, almost to the point where you can't hold it. Coat it with either the paste or the liquid, and the carbon just starts rubbing off on your fingers. Now here's the next step. Now that it's all clean, it just took a second to do it. You need to get the hair dryer once again. Now again, forgive the sound. Reheat everything. I'm not going to worry about this being polymer, and it's no big deal. It's wiped off, it's clean. I will treat the rail, the guide, you'll see here in a minute. But you want to get the slide, you want to get down. I mean, look at that. That is. Get everything hot again. And just keep turning it. Some people say just warm it up, that's good enough. Well, I'm under the thought of the hotter you get it, the more the pores are going to be open, and then the more the metal opens and expands, the more and faster it's going to absorb the FrogLube. Alright, we're getting it. Alright, now that it is reheated, here's what we're going to do. This is where I use the paste more than anything. You put it on your fingers, and the best part is rub it on you got dry skin somewhere, elbows, even as a like a lip balm, it doesn't hurt. This stuff is actually right there, certified bio-based product. It's USDA approved. This will not hurt you. I mean, I know a guy who actually put it on toast just to prove that you could eat it. So, anyhow, you get the paste and you just start wiping everything down. And you can see how much it's melting. So you want it hot enough to melt. And just coat everything, inside and outside. Coat the barrel. Wow, the barrel's really hot. Coat the barrel, and then put a little bit more. Take a different brush, one that's clean. Pour some of the liquid on it, and run it back in the barrel. And we're not going to run any patches through. I want that to, I don't know how well you can see it now, but I want that to stay wet inside and treated. And we're going to leave this alone like that. We're going to leave this. I'm going to put a drop right in there. Right in where the firing pin is. Just a little drop. A little drop on the rail, inside the rail. Drop on the inside of the rail this side. Like I said, just work the rest of it in. Leave it like that. You just coat this. You don't have to pour any on it. What's on your hands and fingers is basically good enough for this. And then we're going to go ahead and just put this back together. We're not going to touch anything. We're going to leave it just like that. Now, with what's on your fingers, it's good enough to rub on the internals, because it is warm, so it will absorb some. And I may put just a little drop, drop, little drop. No more grease, no more oil. You put this on, and you are good to go. It actually runs smoother, easier. Now we're just going to let this sit. Internal wise, you didn't wipe it off. You didn't wipe it out of the barrel. You leave it in there. Just let it in there and let it soak. It's not going to hurt it. It doesn't hurt to be on anything polymer, plastic. It doesn't hurt anything. You coat the entire pistol. Okay. And let that sit for a second, and I'll show you. You also get if you order the big kit, you also get a microfiber towel, and just lightly wipe off the outside. That's it. You're done. No oils, no grease. Then just take your hand again with what's on it and just go over it a little bit again. Once you wiped it off, just to kind of put a finish skim over it. If you see, it gives it a nice satin finish, which is pretty much impervious to fingerprints. That way you can see that. It runs better, smoother. It's done. You're done. That's all it takes. FrogLube is a great thing, and what's better, if you use oil or you use grease, when you have it on the internals, when you shoot, it's dirty. The powder's dirty, the gas is dirty. So grease and oil attract that dirt. If you're in a dusty or sandy environment, the grease and oil attract that. This gets in. Once the metal cools down, it's pretty much impregnated in it. It feels like it's running dry, and that's the best thing on an AR. I've cleaned the AR, ran 1,200 rounds through it with just using FrogLube. Has all the oil cleaning and everything in it. Took it apart, and as I took the firing pin out of the bolt, the carbon comes off on your fingers. There is no more scraping, there's no more rubbing. It helps reduce wear. This stuff is really unbelievable. So check it out. If you get a chance to find it, look online. It's on eBay. There's different dealers all around. Just do an online search for FrogLube. It's that simple to clean. You're done. I mean, it's absolutely done. There's nothing to worry about. It's not going to rust, and actually if you spill water on it, it just repels it, just like Rain-X would on your windshield. This stuff, a friend of mine said it best. He was talking to a guy about FrogLube, and the guy said, well, just what is FrogLube? And his comment was, FrogLube is God's gift to guns. So anyhow, check it out. Hope you enjoyed this. It just takes a second. Remember, the key thing is heat. You have to use heat. Thanks for stopping by, and watch for more videos, how-tos, reviews, and you name it. Thank you.